Will Stefan pass Bio 33? Quit making faces at me. Facial nerves. Leave the brainstem and weave their way through the temporal bone, through the internal acoustic meatus, coming out through the what? I don't even know what this is. I've never been to college, so it's been a couple years since I've been in any sort of schooling. In fact, through the noiver, the noive or nerve, noive. Oh my god, really? Then goes to five of the facial muscles: the temporal, the zygomatic, the bunchial, the mandibular, and the cervical muscles. There are all the fuck somatic motor neurons. Image courtesy of that website. Gross anatomy. What the fuck? The facial nerve is mixed since besides motor neurons, they are also parasmatic and sensory. The parasmatic motor impulses go to like tear glands and nasal and palmating glands. Huh. Okay. As far as senses go, sensory impulses come from the tongue, first two-thirds of it. The facial nerve is tested sensory wise by giving the subject sweet, salty, sour, and bitter substances. The motor neuron efficiently is tested by asking the subject to close eyes, smile, whistle, which I never learned to do. Uh-oh, I fell this one, and so on. Tearing is tested by ammonia fumes on the subject or withholding the treat as I was promised, or withholding the treat I was promised for taking part in this test. But this is something else. For real does not mean of minor release or importance. Peripheral nerves, what do they do? Where can you find them? Do they owe you any money? Let's find out the answers, shall we? What is this? The object in question. Peripheral nerves. This is like I don't know if any of this is correct. Like I said, I've never taken any college courses, but it's it's odd that like he's adding in jokes to what is supposed to be a test. He's adding in some of his like I guess this is part of his talent. I don't know. The peripheral nerve is your body's link to the outside world. It consists mostly of bundles and axons that extend from the brain and spinal cord, both of which make the central nervous system. The nevers, isn't it supposed to be? Yeah, dude, spell check. From the brain are called cranial, and the ones from the spine are called spinal. All these nerves link all body parts to the CNS. The PNS has two subdivisions, but it's the same thing. But it's all the same. Waka waka, waka waka. The fuck. The sensory, aka afferent division, is nerves, fibers carrying a message to the central nervous system from sensory receptors anywhere in the body. The motor or efferent division brings impulses from the CNS to muscles and the sensory and gland, also known as effector organs, as in they affect a response. Okay, Jordan, no need to caps everything. The sensory division. This is written. God. This is written so like poorly. I have it like zoomed in completely. My eyes aren't this bad. It's just hard to like read because it's like not spaced properly. It's not like I don't know. It's not structured properly. The sensory division is split split into two categories: fiber conveying information from the skin, joints, and skeletal muscles are called the motor division. Has two categories with itself. Like his weird short story, his poet equals assassin thing that we read a couple streams ago was easier to read than this. The somatic nervous system. Soma means body, which is composed of axons, aka nerve fibers, which we have conscious control over, and the automatic nervous system composed of visceral motor nerve fibers that controls gland, cardiac, and smooth muscles. Guess why it's called automatic? Because we don't have to think about it. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It happens all by itself. Ladies and gentlemen, the host of the roast tonight, Mr. Jorrun Comedy. Thus, it is sometimes called the involuntary nervous system, or situm, situm, situm. And here's a chart. Jorrun might have made this chart. Automatic nervous system. Yeah, here's a chart of that I guess Jorrun made. There's no link. Oh no, photo courtesy of University of Delaware. Look, Ma, it's automatic nervous system. Oh, Jorrun, aren't you just so? You're something. Nervous tissue is made up of two kinds of cells: supporting cells, which surround and wrap more reluctant neurons, and neurons. What? They transmit electric signals. Neurons hang out with smaller cells called. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that. Think of them as nerve glue. Nerve glue, guys. That's nerve glue is going to be the name of my next stream, my next Jorrun stream. I guarantee it. The two types of found in the PNS are satellite cells and Schwann cells. Is that what he called his little Jorrun a Schwann one time. So I guess that's where you got it from. Why is this capitalized but this isn't? Why does he capitalize certain words with others he doesn't? Satellites surround the neuron cell bodies. They look like moons around a planet. Moons around a planet. Schwann cells surround and form, I don't know, sheaths around large nerve fibers. Got spine. That could also be a good stream name. Got spine, like got milk, which is probably the joke that he got it from. Jorrun Science. Imagine if his next like channel was like a Bill Nye channel. like Bill Nye the Science Guy. That would be, yeah. It'd be like Stefan, Stefan the Science Guy or something. I don't know. What is peripheral nerve system without the vertebral column? A big nasty mess. The spine, aka vertebral column, is about 28 inches long in an adult, S shaped, S shaped, and has five major divisions. The first seven vertebrae and the cervical supporting around the neck. The next 12 are thoracic, and the ones supporting the lower back are called lumbar. The book suggests something really corny to remember: how many vertebrae are in each section. Common meals times are 7 a.m., 12 noon, and 5 p.m. That is not even close to my breakfast, lunch, dinner, but whatever. Corny, but it works for me. Under the lumbar, we have the scrotum, which is five vertebrae fused together, and the cox, aka tailbone, which is four fused vertebrae. The vertebrae column surrounds the spinal cord, keeping it safe. And how does Mr. Spine work in Mr. PNS? Mr. Jorrun has Mr. Spine. Lorne had Mr. Penis. Remembering that the central nervous system includes the brain and spinal cord. From the brain projects 12 pairs of cranial nerves, and from the spinal cord, 31 pairs of spinal nerves. All of these pairs of nerves are referred to as the peripheral nervous system of the spinal nerves. 8 come from the cervical area, 12 from the thoracic, 5 from the lumbar, 5 from the scrotum, and only 1 from the cox. Each each spinal nerve connects to the spinal cord, means of roots. One to the front of the spine, one to the back. The front or ventral roots have the motor fibers, and the rear or dorsal roots have the sensory fibers. What? Tissue, I don't even know ya. Ah, forget it. That's like, I think that might actually be Jordan's worst joke. Okay, kids, today tissue is the issue. There are two main. Jordan should have wrapped this part. There are two main types of tissue that we will discuss today. Sorry, muscle and nervous. You just don't rate. These types are, however the fuck you pronounce both of those. E has you covered. Specifically, it covers your external body, epidermis, lines, cavities, and tubules separate our insides from our outsides. The epilumian protects, absorbs, filters, excretes, and secretes, and receives the senses. The two main types of epithelial tissue are simple, just one layer, stratified, 2 or more layers. For simple epithelial, we have 4 categories named according to shape. This is mind-numbing. It really is. Squamorish, think smashed. cube-like. I'm not even going to attempt to read. Column are colon-shaped. Fit Fedo fet pseudo stratified pseudo stratified, which looks more which looks like more than one layer of cells, but it's just cells of a different height, of all different heights, with nucleal at various heights also. Okay? For stratified epithelial, it's pretty. I know I'm not pronouncing these words right. I don't know these fucking words. I didn't take the fucking class, so you guys can't blame me. It's pretty much just multi-layered versions of categories 1 through 3, with the form type being transitional. It's a stratified squamous, but the cells are rounded. They can slide over each other. They can slide over each other to allow the organ to stretch. The cells, the cells flatten out when the organ is full. It goes from 6 layers when empty to just 3 when it is full, perhaps after a drinking binge. Oh, Jorrun. Stratified squamous, stratified cuboidal, transitional. Next up is connective tissue. If epithelial tissue has you covered, connective tissue holds it all together, as its name implies. In connects. It connects. It should be it, not in. Connects body parts. The 4 main functions it has, though, are binding and supporting, protecting, insulating, transporting substances in case of blood. The 4 main categories of connective tissue are connective tissue proper, cartilage, bone tissue, blood. All connective tissue develop from an I don't know how to pronounce that tissue called mesenchyme, and feature something called an extra matrix, which is not non-living material found between the cells of the tissue, which gives it strength. All connective tissue has the same 3 structural elements: ground substances, fibers, and cells. Ground substance fills the space between cells and contains the fiber. It in turn is composed of tissue fluid, cell adhesion, proteins, that the glue holds cells to matrix. God, this is written so poorly. And I don't know how to pronounce that word. The protein core. I know I'm saying I don't know how to pronounce a lot of words, but I really don't. I'm not even sure what class this is for. The ground substance holds fluids and acts like a sieve, which I'm assuming that was supposed to be sleeve, which lets nutrients go through between cells and blood capillaries. It probably would be a lot easier to read this too if he didn't misspell words and actually knew how to fucking write. Fibers provide support. The 3 types are the strong collagen, the rubbery elastic, and the fine reticular. Cells are a blast. Fibromass for connective tissue proper, chondroblast for cartilage, osteoblast for bone, and hematopoietic stem for blood. All of the Jorrun, put spaces after your fucking periods, please. I hope he failed this class. All of these blasted cells make ground substance substance is what it's supposed to be, and fiber for their matrix. Connective tissue comes in two flavors, loose and dense. Two flavors? What the fuck? Jorrun is so weird. Cartilage is tough and flexible, and three variants: hyaline, elastic, and fibro. Bone is rock-like and can support and protect like nobody's business. It also provides fat storage and blood cell synthesis. Blood is the black sheep of the connective tissue, neither connecting tissue nor supporting them. Boo hiss. Boo hiss. Blood does the transporting for the cardiovascular system and gets to stay in the family because it develops from the mesenchyme and consists of blood cells in a non-living matrix, blood plasma. Also, but why is there a space here? And why is there not a space here? And why is there not a space here or in between this? Jesus Christ, Jorrun. All picks from the JDoc. Will Stefan pass Bio 33? That's what this is called too. And I don't know. I kind of hope he didn't. Fetus? Is this fetus? Or what the fuck? I'm just gonna call it fetus. Not the name of a Roman Empire. Ladies and gentlemen, it all starts with an embryo. At 1 week in the fetal development. Oh, okay, I guess it is fetus. All there are two sheets of cells, also called the embryonic germ layers. The ectoderm is the top, the endoderm the bottom. Under the ectoderm, we have the notochord, which is in the middle of the ectoderm and runs the length of it. Okay. A third level called mesoderm, which acts as a stuffing layer, develops, and above the notochord develops the neutral tube. At a point called gastrulation, things start to change. I bet Jorrun can't pronounce these words either. I bet he can't. I'm doing my best. The ectoderm surrounds the endoderm. The two tubes are formed. The outer is known as the somatic, and the inner is the visceral. Between the two, we have the sulum, aka body cavity. The menstruum connects the two tubes, and the mesoderm is found on the inside of both tubes. Well, what happens from there? From the inner tube, aka gut tube, develops the lungs, digestive system, liver, and pancreas. It ends in the anus. Um, and the gut tube is covered with lubricated serous lining or serosa. From the outer tube, aka somatic and parietal, we have skin, skeleton, skeletal muscles, and the nervous system. Limbs are attached here, or limbs attached here. The neural tube becomes the spinal cord and attaches to the brain. Even the body cavity, aka colon, gets into the act. It gets into the act, becoming the chest and abdominal regions, otherwise respectively known as the pleural and peritoneal regions, both of which have serous membranes lubricated for her pleasure. Oh my god. That's gross. Jordan's talking about a fetus, right? A newborn. And he's mentioning for her pleasure. That's fucking. Jordan is gross. The miracle of life. How are our bodies organized? Well, there are 6 basic levels. Chemical, atoms are the tiniest parts of matter. There's nothing smaller. They combine to the moleculars. For example, water, sorry, sip of water, and proteins. How much you want to bet Jorrun, like, has said that coupon juice, as I'm choosing to call it, is protein? How much you want to bet he's told woman that before? I guarantee it. These become organelles, and they in turn are parts of cells, which leads us to stage 2. Stage 2, everyone. Cellular. These are the smallest units of living things, whereas atoms are the smallest of non-living things. The study of cells is called microbiology. All cells have similar functions, but they also have a lot of variation as to size and shape, depending to separate functions in the body. Tissues. Histology teaches us that groups of cells with similar functions become tissues, of which the 4 types are: epithelium, covers body and line cavities; muscle provides movement; connective supports organs and protects them; and nervous, which is what this class makes me. Jorrun. This class makes Jorrun nervous. That's his conscience. No need to worry. No, wait. Nervous tissue uses electrical impulses to give us fast internal communication. Organs, if you take at least 2 types of tissue, but 4 is more common, and put them together, you get organs. Okay. They perform oh my god. I can't even pronounce that word. Specific. I don't know why I can't pronounce that word. Today. Functions for the body. The functions get a lot more complex at this level. At this point, the study is called anatomy, which deals with the structure of the body. Examples are the stomach, heart, and liver. Jorrun didn't know really female anatomy, from what I can tell. Organ systems have organs. Wait, no. I don't know why I got have in there. Organ systems, organs that work together for a specific purpose, are called organ systems. Altogether, the human body has digestive, nervous, endocrine, circulatory, respiratory, urinary, reproductive, intestinal, skeletal, muscle, and lymphatic systems. The study of this level is called physiology. Organismal. Put them all together and ta-da, you get the human organ. You get put them all together and ta-da, you get the human organism. All structure levels are working together, result in the miracle of life. Whew. That was a lot to read. And that was the last ones. That was science lesson with Jorrun.
Like, comment, subscribe, share. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the notification bell to never ever miss a video. I'll see you next time.